It all started in a quiet Tuesday evening. Well, it was quiet until...
Happy Halloween!
Korra barges in the door in utter excitement. I lay down the book I'm reading and welcomed her visit. Hey, Korra, I'm glad you can make it. I smiled, trying to contain my laughter at the costume she is wearing.
Well, I want to celebrate Halloween at midnight with my little old gal.
Korra continued and marched towards the kitchen to relinquish what she had bought on her shopping bag. She's walking differently, more fashionably familiar. Wait, are you dressed like me? I asked as I stared curiously at what looks like a duplicate of myself, but with short brown hair.
Yeah, I am.
I have to say, it is an amazing costume, no doubt. She really pulled my look, but her face barely has any makeup on. I guess even when in costume, she doesn't support the idea of applying beauty products on her face. She would have looked more like me if she did, though.
I got you a gift for you. Close your eyes and hold out your hands.
I felt something soft and fuzzy land on my hands. It's a cute, cuddly teddy bear. Oh wow, Korra, this is so cute. I squeaked in glee like a little girl with her new stuffed toy. I can't stop hugging it. Although I came from an elite family, I hardly had one of these when I was a kid. My parents didn't want me to play with toys. In fact, they thought I didn't need them. After hugging for what was about an eternity, I faced Korra and gave her a warm smile to brighten up her evening. This is the best gift I've ever had. Thank you, Korra.
You're welcome. So, I invited Mako and Bolin over...
Wait, what?
Hello, my dear lady friends.
Bolin entered the house merrily. He's wearing his normal light green jacket with a white t-shirt inside and jeans.
So how are you two tonight? Wait a minute. What? Asami and... Asami? There are two Asamis? Oh, no. I'm seeing double. Pabu, close your eyes.
Oh, boy. I sighed. Facepalm. I turned to Korra, who is enjoying Bolin's reaction to her costume of me. She blinked seductively with a light smirk to me, and she totally saw me blushing. Seriously, Korra, not tonight.
Hey, I'm here.
Mako arrived at the door and noticed Bolin hunched over, covering his and Pabu's eyes.
Bro, what are you doing?
Bro, there's something wrong with my eyes.
Knock it off, Bolin. It's just Korra and Asami's clothes.
Bolin took a peek at us to process our identical look and took a sigh of relief.
For a second there, I thought I was seeing things. Must be that weird Halloween vibe.
Bolin told. They were all welcomed in my house even without my permission, but I deemed it was okay since it was a special occasion. Plus, they're my best friends in the entire universe, and I love them all. I placed my new teddy bear in the couch and turned on the flat screen television.
I figured if we're all gonna celebrate Halloween tonight, I think we should start with watching a horror film,
said Korra. She pulled out a hard disk drive out of her backpack and carefully connected it behind the television.
Everyone ready?
Korra searched for the scariest movie she could find that would somehow at least get our hearts pumping with horror. I took a seat next to Bolin and Pabu, who was playing with each other's hair. I caressed the fire ferret's natural red fur with fondness. Pabu's purring like a cat would. It's so adorable. Mako quickly made his way to us and sat in the middle while holding a large bowl of popcorn. We all gathered together facing the TV screen for the epic horror film. Hey, we should close the lights, I suggested, but Bolin took my suggestion negatively.
Nope, no way. I'm sorry, guys, but I am 120% sure it's bad to watch a horror movie with the lights out.
Why, are you afraid of the dark?
No. I'm afraid Pabu wouldn't like having the lights turned off since it would freak him out.
Don't be such a scaredy cat, Bolin.
Come on, it'll add to the thrill.
But Bolin kept shaking his head in disagreement. The movie started and the frights began. To be honest, horror movies never really frightened me at all. I used to watch the ones with my mom and dad at late nights. The ones that really scared me was the stories that my mom used to tell me whenever I had been a disobedient little girl. So I doubt this movie would frighten me one bit. We reached the halfway point of the movie when a group of killer cactus started coming to life. Its mission is to herd and eliminate them. Weird, right? Who knew cacti can be so horrifying? Right when it's the climax of the movie, I peered over to my friends who were directing all their attention to this suspenseful movie, except Boleyn, who I think passed out during the first 5 minutes. I, for once, actually got chills while watching it. This is the first horror movie ever to make me feel fear inside. I watched the following scene with intent. There it is. Shoot him. The cops took out their pistols and shot the cactus with an array of bullets, but it registered no damage to the creature. The cactus walked menacingly toward them, step by step, until it surrounded them. Then it started to wreak havoc. Screams of agony from the two officers filled the room they were in. Their blood splashed all around the gray walls like red paint. Their bodies fall on the solid ground, crying in agony. The loud and terrifying shrieking was enough to get my heart pumping. I was about to get up and go to the bathroom when all of a sudden the power went off.
Oh, come on! Just as we were about to get to the ending. Thank you, whoever's bright idea was to have electricity without any backup.
Korra shouted in disappointment, which caused Boleyn to awaken from his sleep. I'm just gonna go get a drink, I told them, not worried about the dark since I know my surroundings well.
Bring a flashlight.
Mako requested. I took a glass cup from the shelf and poured some cold water. I drank it all down in my system to cool me off. I feel calm and refreshed from that awful movie. I was relieved that the power went off. Sooner or later, I would have maybe developed some sort of nightmares if I had watched more of that. I opened the cabinet drawer and grabbed at least 3 flashlights with new batteries added inside of them. Then I started back to where I left off. When I got back to the living room, they weren't there. I called their names out loud, but no one answered. I scanned the whole room just to check if they were just wandering around. I realized that the room was a little too quiet. It was creepy. Once again, I called out their names. Mako. Boleyn. Korra? Again, no one answered. Panic and alarm is rising within me. Bright blue flashes of light appear from outside the window. It's a sign that there was going to be a storm. I hear a loud booming of thunder. It sounded angry and hateful. I kept on waiting for someone to respond. Where are those 3? Did they leave already? My mind raced and I tried my best to keep calm, but after watching a horror film that actually did some tricks in my mind, it was impossible. So I decided to stay put and wait until the rain calms down and the power comes back. As I approached the living room couch where I had watched, I noticed the teddy bear that Korra had bought me was still there, but on a position that I did not remember putting it on. They probably moved it when they were watching the movie. I sat there and held the toy right next to me, and I tried to relax in the dark, thinking of happy thoughts. Positive thinking always does me good whenever I feel uneasy. I just really hope Mako, Boleyn, and Korra are alright. Especially Korra. The rain showered nonstop. Flashes of lightning emerged from the night sky. I guess there's not going to be any trick-or-treating tonight. It's a shame, since it is a Halloween tradition to do so, and I was really looking forward to doing it with Korra. I took the flashlight, held the teddy bear Korra gave me on my left, and I stood up. I walked slow and calmly while calling their names one by one. I'm beginning to think that they're playing a prank on me. That must be their scheme, to get a remembrance on Halloween by scaring my lip gloss off. If that's the case, it's working. I checked inside the guest room. It's all completely empty, except for the complete set of things that a room should have. I continued. Maybe they just went off to search for the bathroom? I figured my house is pretty big that they have to wander off to find it, but I'm curious as to how they can wander around the house without a flashlight. The bathroom is locked and I can't open it. The bathroom has never been locked before. I begin to recall where I put the keys to the bathroom, and I go get them. The key was inside a pocket in one of my hanging jackets. I took it and made my way to the bathroom door. When I reached the door, I started hearing a mysterious sound that I haven't heard before. It was like a cry of some sort, but it also had a mix of... I can't even describe it. I begin to insert the key into the locked knob, and I hesitantly twist open the doorknob. I slowly peeped my head in to see. Finally, the sounds disappeared, but it was replaced by heavy breathing. I slowly directed the flashlight all over the room. My eyes widened and my breathing hastened when I saw a large figure with lots of hair. I freaked out, dropping the flashlight. I ran away from the bathroom as fast as I can in the dark while holding my teddy bear in my arms, climbing up the stairs to the fourth floor to my bedroom. I locked the door and I quickly barricaded it with things that I could push to block the entrance. I sighed in relief. What was that in the bathroom? Is that a man? No, it was more like a beast. It's huge, furry, and out of this world.
Asami!
Korra, you're okay. I smiled and gave her a warm hug. Where's Mako and Bolin?
We're here. Ah!
Bolin called and fell out of the closet when he had opened it. Mako walked out of the closet as well. He dusted himself off and smoothly walked towards us. Wait, my closet is not that dusty. Oh my gosh, I shake my head from my irrelevant thoughts. Where were you guys? I've been looking all over for you.
You were looking for us? We were looking all over for you!
Didn't I tell you that I was getting a drink of water? You seriously forgot that?
What, did you drink a bay or something?
It didn't even take a minute, I protested, and Korra took both of her hands on my shoulders as she calms me down and regards me.
Okay, whatever. We ended up here anyway. At least we're all safe.
Safe from what? Have they seen that monster in the bathroom? Its huge frame is destructive in every angle. Wait, you all saw it too, right? I asked just to confirm if they truly have.
Yes, it was huge, Asami. What are you keeping in your home?
Keeping? I don't keep anything here. I don't have anyone other than me living in my house. I gave her a frown, telling her to back off.
I mean, have you seen the size of that thing? It's like a skyscraper.
Bolin exclaimed, jolting out his hands in the air to emphasize the size of the beast that he saw.
You know, when I accepted your invitation, I didn't expect that there would be any huge monsters that were involved.
Neither did I. I nodded my head down to think for a moment, absorbing all of this craziness up. I've been living alone here ever since my parents died.
Maybe that's your pet you overfed or something.
Mako shoots out one of his detective theories. I never owned any pets, I scolded him. You guys are seriously blaming all of this on me? I frowned at them. They're all being jerks this time. Jerks at a Halloween hangout.
Stop, we shouldn't be blaming anyone. Maybe what we saw was just our imagination.
Mako and Bolin exchange unamused looks at each other, not buying that the beast they saw was just their imagination. I, for one, agree with Korra, because it's late at night and I'm tired from watching a horror film.
I guess you're right.
Yep, I'm with him.
Just as we were about to get up and head out of the room, a knock outside my bedroom door sent goosebumps down our spines, and we were sent aback from the room once more, panicking altogether like complete lunatics. The knock kept on and on, but not one of us bothered to open or even take a second to check who's out there, so we hid ourselves instead. Mako and Bolin are scrunched up inside my closet. I'm gonna have to talk to them about that. Korra and I are under the bed facing each other. Both of us are terrified of what is coming. The knock is getting harsher and harsher until the door broke down on the floor with sheer impact that almost made me scream in surprise. Luckily, Korra covered my mouth right on time. We peered to the feet of the figure entering my room. It's covered with hair and, of course, very bone-chilling. It's as large as that myth called Bigfoot.
Don't make any sound or movements.
Korra whispered in my ear, and I just nod quickly in agreement. She looks calm and precise. How in the world is she able to maintain such intense focus? Well, she is the Avatar. The figure kept walking and walking across my bedroom that is like the size of my kitchen and stopped mysteriously on the side of my bed. My heart is palpitating that I am so close to fainting. My attention was taken when I saw the teddy bear that Korra gave me in front of the figure and picked it up with its bulky, hairy hands. I internally screamed as I hear it being ripped off until it's just pieces of the floor. I gaze up to Korra, and she just remained glaring at the beast's feet until it reaches the door. When the beast was about to leave my room, I sighed in relief. Surprisingly, the beast halted halfway. I stopped breathing for a moment and noticed it coming back into the room, ceasing its heavy march. I think it has keen sense of hearing.
Shh, be quiet.
Korra whispered in an exasperated tone. We were both stunned when we looked up, and the beast was watching us intently while lifting the bed up on top of its strong arms. We couldn't run if we wanted to. We were too shell-shocked to do anything. I was staring on what looks like hair covering up most of its Hulk-like body. But of course that's what I saw in the case of the dark. The beast let out a bellow. Loud enough for our eardrums to pop, but thanks to our reflexes, we covered our ears before we could go deaf. After the roar, the beast was blasted out of the room with lightning. We turned and knew who did the heroic deed. Mako and Bolin quickly came to our aid and helped us stand up, and we ran out of the door while the beast was still stunned.
You guys alright?
Mako asked while running down the stairs. If it wasn't for him, we would have been eaten or something. I'm alright, I said.
Yeah, thanks.
Korra replied, and we head on downstairs.
Let's speed it up, guys. I think he's awake.
He's right, because I hear heavy stomps that's crushing the wooden floor up on the 4th level, searching for us, hunting for us. We're still running downstairs. We made our way to the 2nd floor. I took a small break to catch my breath, and after that we reached the kitchen. I always feel weak when it comes to chases. Before I could exhale, the beast was already behind me, and I turned around, jaw dropped, at its incredibly huge structure above me. I'm like an ant to him. The beast began throwing its fist toward me, and by some miracle, I was able to dodge it somehow. Thanks to the self-defense classes, I guess. The beast's fist landed on the glass shelves. Shards of broken glass went flying everywhere. Some of those had pierced through my feet. Blood is now gushing out of me. I dropped down while feeling unimaginable pain. My feet are unable to function. I can't move and my insides are freaking. Where's my friends when I need them? I scream as the beast turns to my attention.
Asami!
I hear Korra calling out for me. She must have noticed that I wasn't running with her out of the mansion. Korra! Help! I yelled as loud as I could as the wounds in my feet began to get more damaged, and what's worse is the beast is standing right in front of me. It's evil. Crimson's eyes are locked with fearful emeralds. I know he smells the blood coming from my legs. This wasn't how I pictured my death. I was fading out. I have my sights spinning. The last thing I remember was that Korra came to my rescue and confronted the monster with bright glowing eyes. Then my sight